Yeah, honestly, man, it's just from what I've been seeing in the past, the Man City over the past few years, and what I've just knowledge of Arsenal. They're known to be bottle jobs. To be honest, let's be real about it. They bottled top four last season. Nobody's really speaking about it that much. Bukayo Saka goes missing for the last 10 games for the past few seasons, and he's doing it again this season, just not showing up. Arsenal, good team this season, have done well, but a lot of people underestimate Manchester City because even when they were not playing well, they were still in a title race up until like February. So and now look, they're kicking into gear now properly. So and getting Haaland scoring even more goals than he used to. Style of plays even better now. Pep Guardiola is sort of like not messing around now. In terms of the starting lineups, he's playing proper players in their proper positions. He's tweaked the system a little bit as well, playing with the back three and stuff as well. And yeah, they've Man City's experience is just clearly showing now. And I always knew that Arsenal would fumble at some stage of the season in games we didn't expect, i.e., West Ham and Southampton, where they both dropped points, and even Anfield, it was expected they dropped points. But the mad thing is, against West Ham and against Arsenal, they were 2-0 up in both those games, and they essentially bottled the league. It was in their hands. No other team's gone from this position to sort of drop down to second. They've always gone on to win the league, apart from I think Liverpool, who have fumbled early in the past. But when you're late into April and you bottle the league, I'm sorry, like I don't think that's a successful season for Arsenal, in my opinion.
Yep, fair enough, Dubs. Alex, tell us how Man City 8 points behind. Arsenal just had to go and get a draw. And we're going to talk about Manchester City in more detail, but let's just start with the title race. In your opinion, why have Arsenal? What has happened to Arsenal? I mean, Man City have gone this way, and Arsenal have gone this way. How did you see that go, man?
I see it.
Tell us
I
how
see
that went down.
it's the youngest team. It's experience. You know, I think they overachieved this season. You know, obviously as an Arsenal supporter, it hurts. You know, because it hurts. You know, you were there, you were seeing the trophy. But in my opinion, it's the youngest team. Everybody knows it's young players. There's only a Xhaka or a couple of other elements who are experienced international players, and they overachieved this season. They've done that well. You know, nobody would have said something if they would have been ranging throughout the season in the seventh, eighth, sixth place, and then ended up on the second. Everybody would have been applauding them. You know, if they
Mm.
would have had a reverse kind of way up on the table. It hurts now, obviously, because they were up there so many points.
So a famous pundit, and I believe it was who was it, Dams, that said you can't win the Premier League with youngsters. Do you remember who it was?
Um,
Was it Roy Keane? I
I
can't
can't
remember who it
remember.
was.
It was
I can't
I think
remember
it
who
was
it
one of them on
was.
Sky Sports. I don't know.
But the thing is, and I'm going to play devil's advocate here because I understand the inexperience, but these Arsenal players, right, knew what was coming. They know what Man City's about. They Man City do it every year. The only team that's done it is Liverpool, and they won by quite a big margin that year. Arsenal knew what was coming. It's not like Man City came out the blue and they're a team that came from behind them, out the blue. Man City do this every season. They get 95, 100 points. So how much is Arteta to blame? Because he's the manager. He's the manager. At the end of the day, the manager instills the culture, the philosophy, the confidence, the motivation. I mean, everyone's saying, yeah, they're young, they're inexperienced. But Dams, do you look at Arteta and think maybe he's not the manager people made him out to be?
Yeah, see, it's a tough one because in their first sort of 2 or 3 seasons, what Arteta in his first season took Arsenal to eighth place, obviously, when you replaced Emery. Then the second season, I believe, was it eighth again they finished? And then
Something like that.
obviously last season, they finished fifth, I believe, as well. And
Fifth.
they're on course to finish second this season. So when you look at it on paper, there is some sort of progress going on at Arsenal, but at the same time, when you have things in your hands, like when you have top four in your hands, when you have the league in your hands, with such short time space remaining, you have to go and get the job done. And I think essentially that some blame leans towards Arteta, and some blame I think probably leads towards the recruitment team at Arsenal for not getting done the essential transfers that they had to, i.e., maybe signing Moises Caicedo from Brighton in January, ending up with Jorginho, signing a centre back when they didn't really need to sign a centre back, and maybe getting another forward in to transfer positions. Because we've seen with Man City, In every position they're covered basically in every single position. Even up front, they got Haaland, Alvarez, they have Grealish, Foden. On the right, they have Mahrez as well. So it's just one of them where.
But one thing I'll say, Dams, is Liverpool beat Man City to the title with a weak bench. The likes of Origi and the likes of at the time, I'd have to pull the bench up. But I remember looking at it the other day. It wasn't a great bench.
Yeah.
And Liverpool beat Man City to the title. So it is possible. It's not that you have to have two world-class players in each position to beat Man City to the title. You can do it. You can do it.